and I decided to come live. And is that I stopped healing, and that's when everything started to work out. You're talking with a person that has tried every single therapy under the sun. You name it: ancestral healing, family constellations, going deep into every wound, talking about the lineage, talking about past lives. I have explored interdimensional healing. I- It's just like whatever you can think of, I've been there. And the realization that I had is that there's a big difference in therapy and optimization. And what I found with therapy is that every single time that I was going to dig what was it that was making me incomplete and imperfect, I was still reactivating the emotions. And the deeper I went into the wound, the more that I opened it. And it always came from this idea that there was something wrong with myself, that there was something that I needed to fix. And the opposite happened when now I walk into the world with the knowing that I am always evolving, and I'm giving myself the opportunity to be imperfect, but it is always, instead of healing, it's almost an optimization and a learning process. When I was going and exploring all these wounds and all these things, it became almost like a crutch, a justification for me to be the way that I was being, or to think that way, or to behave a certain way. I will always say, well, I'm acting like this because this and this and this happened to me. Or of course I am that way because this is my sign, or this is what my ancestors went through. You know what's crazy? I found so much justification for a struggle and grinding in life. I said that I was the one that was here to heal my lineage, that I was the one trusted with this big mission of turning the world upside down, or like turning the world around. And the moment in which I realized that yes, it is very important to know where those emotions and triggers come, so that you know what is it that you want to work on, but it's not a solution for where you want to go. I stopped healing. I decided that I'm not sick. I decided that I'm not broken. I decided that there's nothing missing inside of me. I decided that I have all these tools and all these ingredients to work with. I was thinking that there's an analogy that happens with food, and is that it is proven that an apple tastes different for you and for me, not because the apple is the same, but do you think that the flavor and the taste is in the apple, or is it here? It's going to taste different because your biochemistry is different than mine, and your capacity, the capacity of your mouth to digest something, it's also different than mine. So even the situations that you saw in life that could justify that you're staying stuck and could justify why everything is going wrong for you, remember that you are the filter through which your reality is experienced. So instead of focusing on all this reasoning of the things that happened outside, I decided to focus in who I am and raising my vibration as honestly the machine that I am. I realized that every single emotion, yes, could have an spiritual meaning, yes, could have a deeper source, but honestly, it's just a meaning, it's just a mix of the biochemistry of your body. And the moment in which you change that biochemistry, you start processing things in a different way. We are closer to AI than we think. Just as AI takes information and it creates patterns, and based on those patterns, there's an answer and a response. We do the same with past experiences. We take information and the reaction that our body had to them, we give them a meaning. And every single time you think about this thing that happened, you release the same biochemistry. So the first time that somebody did something to you, the first time that you experienced something that was hard, Yes, it was happening outside, but every single time that you go back to those things, it is you who's hurting yourself. It is you who's doing that damage and that's creating that same toxic biochemistry for you. The moment in which you prioritize the well being of your body and the well being of your mind, and from that place, you see things not as something that happened to you, but as an opportunity to grow, to evolve, to transform. You detach your identity from there. It's not, I have been such a perfectionist, thinking that I always needed to become certain person and become certain woman to gain love and gain validation. And the happiest I have been is in allowing my imperfection to be, knowing that the faster I messed up, the more that I learn, and I am playing in this planet like I'm a student of life. I'm having so much more fun. I had the realization because the deeper that I go, the more that I know that I cannot know it all. So I just release the need to know, and I'm exploring and learning so much deeper and better because I released a point of arrival or a goal, and now I'm doing it with curiosity. I'm doing it because it moves my heart. Before, as I was telling you, I was very connected and very dependent of the results of my work. And as I shift, I realized that the work it's going to work for me if I allow it first to work on me. So now the things that I do and the way that I live life are not with an expectation of what it's going to give me back, but it is my vehicle to become more of who I am. This is a relationship of growth, a relationship of experience. It is not, here's the other truth about healing. You're never going to get to the point in which you think and you can feel, yes, I went through all of these things for myself. I went through all my past lives. I went through all my lineage. I healed all these things. And now I feel like I am fine or I'm complete. You have always things to work on because you're a human and you're evolving, and that's such a gift. It's almost like this relationship, a romantic relationship with yourself, where you can explore and you can expand. But the thing that has allowed me to feel that I have arrived and that I am complete and that I am the most joyful I have ever been has been to work on my routine and my biochemistry. I feel the most confident I have ever been, not because I achieved anything, but because I accepted myself to a point of radical ownership. There's no other woman that I would rather be than the woman that I am today. And that is something that I never thought I could say. Um, and it is a day by day work. Healing for me was this thing that seemed like the more that I dig on the wound, the deeper it went and the farther I will be from me, and the worse that I will feel, because I will feel like I was broken and that there was so much work to do. But in optimization, I have found that it is a day to day work. My only responsibility is to be connected with my best self right now, to do the best that I can to the best of my ability. And that means recognizing the energy that I have available at the moment and enjoying this day. I'm dancing so much more. My therapy is dancing, acting from a place of love. And many people will think that I'm a very disciplined woman, which I was, but before it was from this energy of like grinding and I can do it and I need to, and I'm strict with my routines, and I everything that I say I'm going to do, I go and get it. Now I am telling you, I find so much pleasure in everything that I do. I meditate for at least an hour a day, and people tell me, how can you do that? The reality is not that it is, people think that it's discipline. No, I get to a point in which I enjoy it so much, I cannot stop. It is orgasmic. It brings me so much pleasure to be in my body and to see all the things that I know that I don't even like, to see all the things about me that I know are wrong, that I know that are imperfect, that in the things that I fail, in the things that I'm like a little child, in the things that hurt me, in the things that I'm so tender. And with those things, I laugh. It's not that I feel perfect and that's why I dance and I go work out. Is that with the anger and the pain, I go and I dance and I work out. And I let my humanness to be with me. It's a level of radical self-acceptance in which I'm not doing things because I have to. I'm doing them because I love myself so much. I know I deserve them. Before, making a video would be so challenging for me. I just came from the gym and I'm like looking like this. But it is this type of energy in which I'm just allowing a message to come through me, and the person who needs to hear it and will be here. So I have discovered there is a different way. There's a way in which pleasure is allowed. There is a way that I call the deliciousness way. And it has gotten me closer to everything I wanted and I thought I was going to get through healing, but it has made me so magnetic to everything because I am owning a frequency that I know only I can get from this place. Believe me, before I will be like trying to get clients or trying to make things happen. Now I know that my state is a frequency that transforms people. Now I never convince anybody. I am so grateful and I feel so happy for the people that get to work with me because I know their life is about to change. Because it's not, the goals that you have are not what you really want. What you really want is to feel a certain way. And when you start feeling that way, even without things happening, then everything you want it's coming your way. So this is just what I experience in reality. Of course, I have bad days. Of course, like yesterday, I woke up feeling so tired because I was traveling the past week, and I woke up ready to go work out and be ready to take my walk. And I just don't do anything anymore out of like being exigent with myself. So what I did is that instead of working out, I just went for a walk and I have a playlist that I call my Delicious Daily Vibe. And I just went to take a walk with myself, to listen to myself, to listen to my heart. And I was connecting and it was a walking meditation. But my question is always, is this hurting me or is this helping me grow? And at that moment, if I would have gone work out, it would be hurting myself. But and staying in bed will probably be getting myself stuck. But the thing that helps me grow is the thing where I can find the movement that I needed to get myself started, and what makes me stretch. Like in yoga, you stretch to the point where you feel like it's a good flex, but not to the point where you break, because then you will be stuck and stop working. It will stop working for yourself. So yes, I do have heavy emotions. Yes, there are things that trigger me. Yes, there are things that frustrate me. And I have learned to allow those things as teachers, as visitors, and to know that the apple is the apple, but the mouth is mine. The releasing of the attachment to something working out in the way that I want, and the becoming the observant, and kind of, I love seeing life as a cosmic joke. So kind of laughing with that, uh, not because you're bypassing, but because you know your worth doesn't depend on it. It's freeing, it's powerful, it's delicious, it's another way of living. So thank you for tuning in today. Elizabeth Ramirez. You can find me on Instagram as at elizabethramirez.com. I have a ton of tools, amazing things and shifts for you to live a better life. I also do mentorship one on one, and I'm so grateful that we're connecting here today. I'm wishing you the most beautiful miracles day.